So we broaden our area and support them as well. So we are philanthropy, state, federal, and corporate funded. So those courses are free because of those grants that we have to do so. And that's got us into it. And we started talking more about farming, learning more about it, all the needs of small farmers, and there are many. USDA is one of our partners in rural development as well. And then we decided to do this. He's like, okay, David, you're really jumping the leap here. We renovated the building. I owned the building with my IT company many years, renovated the building and built the farm at the same time. So our farm name, you're in the ArgiAquaculture Center of Excellence here. Our farm name is held at Harvester Health, it's registered with USDA. The ArgiAquaculture Center of Excellence was funded by a congressional directed funding from Congressman Troy A. Carter Sr. So that's what funded this initially to be done. So with all that being said, and let's start. Let's have fun. Come on through. You ready? Highway, which is right before Lake Charles. Crawfish farming, me and Kalisha are big crawfish eaters. We're also a shared office space concept. So small businesses can rent office space as well as a private beautiful area you see here. Come on through. On the left here, this is a picture we always like to show. That's one of the first, this is our fingerlings, the first fish that came. And this is building the ponds inside the greenhouse. This is a large chicken farm in North Louisiana, right there, Farmerville. And it's 500,000 chickens returns every 8 weeks.
And we are coming together as a group, and we are determining how to intervene, how to change that water quality. What do we need to do to make it better for the fish, better for the plants? Because what we're trying to do here is provide optimal, the best possible water quality for our fish. If we look at our fish right there, those are happy fish, happy, happy. You all have just done the nursery and come back to here, right?
No, we stopped here and the questions.
Oh, good.
Talked about all the probes, testing, water testing, great stuff.
Oh, good, good, good.
We were about to enter the nursery before that question came up.
Okay, sounds good. So we have 5 distinct water qualities, but we're testing for 9 different water qualities. And within those, we have 5 or 6 parameters that we're constantly testing for. We don't know what we don't know, that's why we test. So Kylie's job and Trent, y'all see him around here somewhere, their job is to test the water, record the data. And they hand those data sheets, we can grab some of those data sheets, they hand those data sheets to me, or our operations manager who's out today, Pat. And what we do with that is we take a look at it and we say, something's off here, let's add something, all right? Something, oh, here we go, great job. Like I'm looking at our aquaponic system inside of there. It looks really good right now. Kylie, great job. We're running up our nitrates. We have no ammonia and no nitrite. We're happy with that. We have the pH is getting into a better range. Very good. All right? So that intervening is the whole game. We want to make sure that we're providing exactly the kind of water that the plants and animals need at exactly the moment that they need it. This is called controlled environment agriculture. We are controlling all those parameters so that we can get some supercharged plants that grow quickly, even quicker than they do in the soil. We can do it indoors. We can do it 12 months out of the year. All right? So we can create food security. We can use this as a teaching tool, and we can put people's hands to work that want to work. All right? So with that, I'd like to move into the nursery and then look at that. We'll be looking at that in just a minute. We're going to start over here at these blue colored trays right here. This is our germination area. This is where we start our seeds. We use what's called a pelleted seed, and we put it inside of these trays. It's called 10, 20 trays. These are these black trays right here. And each of these seeds fits in these little holes. And this material, this rock wool material, is spongy and will soak up water and keep its moisture between watering events. Now,
Is that reusable?
no, not reusable.
One part.
It is, and the plant that grows in there continues on, and it is a non-sustainable international commodity. We can improve on it. It's an opportunity.
Nice big awesome word.
What's that?
That's non-international commodity.
Yeah, non-sustainable, unsustainable international commodity. Yeah, absolutely. So we want this. We could do something better than this. All right. It takes about 48 hours for these seeds to pop, germinate.
That's
And
been
then we
taking all
move
of our
into this
leftover
rack
rock
right here.
Remember we cleaned the boards? And he's been
No problem.
composting it.
So
And he like lets it break down in his yard and
this
then adds it as a
is
soil
200 plants here. 400.
I thought about putting it in it.
800,
Yeah, I usually break them down and put them
1,200, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800 plants right here in this little rack. This is called a 4-tier microgreen rack. This is a great opportunity to have your own business because utilizing a 4-tier rack like this, you can grow microgreens. Microgreens fetch a very high price at restaurants. That's what they put on top of salads. That's what they put on top of fish. That's what makes the fish dish go from $20 to $30. Microgreens, right? Also, microgreens are what they're growing on the International Space Station. Why? Because they're nutrient dense and because they can grow in areas without soil. Alright? So this entire facility is soil-less. There is no soil in this growing part of this facility. We do have some plants, you can see some soil plants and horticulture plants around. But our production is soil-less. Okay? So each of these racks waters, lights, and ventilates automatically. The water is pulled from this reservoir down here, is pumped up in a flood and drain pattern. These happen twice a day. All those over there where Michael is, those happen 4 times a day. We gotta water those guys a little bit more. Now, this water that we use is not just water we get out of the tap. We have to bring the water in from Jefferson Parish Municipal Source, and we need to run that through what's called an RO, reverse osmosis deionization filter. That's that thing above the sink over there I'll point out in a minute. Now, what that does is it removes all of the things that are in the city water that we don't want, that plants don't want at this stage. These are babies. They need just what they need. They don't need a bunch of extra stuff. They can't handle that. So we want H2O. Then what we do is we adjust this water. Who's heard of pH here? We adjust the pH. And then we add a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of nutrients. When we add those nutrients, these plants grow like crazy. And remember in there I said, we are able to give the plants just what they need, right when they need it, so that we can supercharge them where we can grow faster than soil, faster than outdoor, 12 months out of the year. Alright? So, it takes 48 hours to start our seeds. It takes 12 days to get to that stage right there where it says ready to transplant. 14 days in this room. How about that?
What are we doing wrong?
Alright? It's a growing system. And what we have is we have aquaculture or fish farming in this tank, and we have hydroponics in this tank right here. I say it like this. Aquaculture went out to the bar and started to get to talking to hydroponics, and they got together, they got married, they had a baby. What's that baby called? Aquaponics. Alright? It's the combination of both. Now, it's a yin and a yang. The fish, they pollute the water. The plants, they fertilize the water so they can be returned. Alright? It's a really cool process. So, David just fed these fish. Right now they're eating, they're down here, they're kind of hiding right now.
What do you feed them?
We feed them a small pelleted food right here. This is a fish food.
Okay, so
It's a high protein fish food. We can feed them plate food. But every time we put that food in, they eat. And while they're eating, they're at the dining room, right? They're in the dining room, but they can't leave to go to the toilet. So the dining room becomes bathroom. And the water starts to become toxic. If we don't filter the water with our external filter, and we don't run it through our plant beds, the water will become toxic and the fish will die. This is our waste from this system right here. Alright? This is an external filter that takes out the solid waste, the poop, and then also provides surface area for bacteria that are converting ammonia, which is a toxic form of nitrogen, and nitrite, also a toxic form of nitrogen that comes from fish breathing and pooping. Them doing their thing makes the water toxic. We have to convert that to nitrate, N-I-T-R-A-T-E. Guess what? Plants growing hydroponically drink up nitrate-rich water. And those roots right there are like drinking straws. What are you looking for there, Kylie? So these plants have all this great nutrient-rich water that is flowing across their roots. And they take up what they want and they grow. We're indoors. Why can we grow plants inside of here? Grow lights. We have grow lights on our racks. We have grow lights in our aquaponics system. Grow lights come from the cannabis industry. They're the best. They're the best at it, right? And this is their throwaway. And it's top notch for food production.
quality product.
I'll get a little tighter over here. You can hear me. We're going to get down there. So, every 30 minutes, this water is cleaned through our filtration system. If you look here, that red handled valve right there, that is where water comes in. If you look at the green arrow, that is clean. Green is clean. If you look down below, there's a pipe, a big pipe with a red arrow going that way. Red is returning to our sump. Our sump is the low point in the system. That's where all the fish poop goes. When we feed these animals, remember the dining room becomes the toilet. We got a real good way to clean our water back there, and we're going to go over all of that. Tumbling. So I say it like this. The most important thing in this entire facility is this. Without this, nothing works. You have to add some more every once in a while. No, it stays forever. There's 39 cubic feet of this stuff, and we feed it with ammonia and nitrite-rich water. And there's a 5-minute residence time. It comes in and stays for 5 minutes, By the time it goes out, green. Yeah, I'm gonna be pointing at this thing right here. Y'all stay in the shade, get yourself out in the sun. We got 2 shade spots. All right, we got a couple of chairs too if you need it. We are breaking down the solids. We are using the water. But what do we do with the final product of solid waste? We dry it out, we pulverize it, and we are right now using it with a citrus study with LSU Accent. Because we think it's a great fertilizer, so do they. We want to find out how good it is. All right?
What do you guys do since we have not rained in a long time? Do you ever run out of water?
The question is, what do they do if it does not rain for a while?
We ran almost down to nothing with those systems. But we didn't run out. All this stuff is engineered, and the way that this is all put together, we have fail-safes for everything, right? So, like DIY, you level up and you understand, I'm not going to do that again because of these issues, all right? So this farm was designed with a lot of those mitigation measures in place, all right? All right, great. So what do we do with that week 4 tea? That stuff over there, we put it into the greenhouse to make those plants grow super fast and super nice, super nutritious, all right? So we're going to go inside the greenhouse and we're going to take a look at it. Yes, correct. That aeration is that first step. It's 3 weeks of aeration.
But I mean, not every step. Every, not one, right?
Correct. Every step's aerated. All right.